Hello guys, this is Thomas from FINEIGHT and welcome to another recap. So as in yesterday's recap, I will quickly go over the trades I had and then spend a little extra time on one particular trade. Today's will be Microsoft and show you more in detail what made it the best trade for me today. Okay, so starting up, I took PAA just from the open, and by the way, this is the layout I normally use. So there will be my daily, my 1 hour 5 minutes, on which for the first let's say 10 or 15 minutes I will also use the pre-market data on, and then the 2 minute which I mainly use for the entries. So PAA gapped up over those highs at about 650, and I took it a little bit earlier, over those highs. So I believe it was 651, 652, and then added over 664. So my average was 658 if I recall correctly. And my aim was just below 7. There was plenty of room, but unfortunately it didn't have the strength. So the highest high, initially it was 677, which wasn't even one-on-one on my money, so I didn't do anything at that point. And then the S&P started to collapse, and PAA dipped really sharply, and it was not what I expected it to do. So I actually closed it early at around 0.5% loss because of this sudden move down. And even as the S&P started climbing again, the PAA didn't show really much of a strength. So at around here I exited the position. Second trade was in MU, and this was really straightforward. It had a nice gap over yesterday, and it formed a really nice formation with a flat top. I actually saw a little bit of wall at 47.30 from limit orders, so I took it 1 cent above and rode it to 48, or 2 cents shy of 48. Really nice trade here. And finally the Microsoft, and for this one I will switch over to a different layout. And let's unlink the symbol, and let's place the S&P here. Okay, so 2 minutes and 2 minutes. All right. So let's start with a little bit of more perspective. So Microsoft was gapping over this area of consolidation and over this swing high, and had plenty of room to about 173, 173 and a half, let's say. So the setup was great. Initial move was great as well, but I didn't take advantage of it because I was looking at some other stocks. And there we go. So the first trade I took was over 171, And that was because at that time, let's see, it's right there. Okay, so at that time, the market started already pulling back, but Microsoft was going still strong. So you can compare those two swing lows and tell me which one is stronger. So actually it's the Microsoft, obviously. And so I took it. It just broke 171 by 2 cents, so it tricked me into the trade. The VWAP was at around 170.20, but it was, for my risk to reward, it was already a little bit too much, so my stop loss was at 170.25. So actually it took me out, and it stopped just 10 cents lower. You can see it on the left. You can watch the low here. So the lowest low in this case was 170.15, so just 10 cents from my stop loss, but it is what it is. So as the market went lower and lower and Microsoft was still holding, I was thinking to go long again when the market at least started consolidating, and if not straight up going higher. And actually this was confirmed at around there. So you can see the market is still really down from the highs, but the Microsoft is making new highs for the day. And at this point I entered a second long and rode it all the way to 173, or a couple of cents shy. I actually took a partial at 172.20, give or take, because of, again, the way the S&P started to look, because it was already on the way up, but struggling to break further. But in the end, Microsoft proved its strength and gave me a nice profit with the rest as well. So really stoked about it. And when you see a setup like this with no major resistance upwards, and when the stock is showing a great strength relative to the market, it's your obligation as a trader to take that trade. Okay guys, so thank you for your attention. Please share with me what you traded today. I am positive for the week, and still 3 days in front of us, so fingers crossed. See you around.